Yo, what is going on, everybody? And by everybody, I mean my 26 subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. In this video, we're going to be looking at 5 businesses that you can start right now without any money. And if you're looking for a list from a guy that has never done any of these businesses like every other video on YouTube, then you will also get that list. But at the end, I'm going to share with you a mindset that has helped me recognize opportunities that we may not have recognized before. By the way, I am Dom, the entrepreneur. This is the Drywall Trap, where we flip metal studs and we come to flip rock. And by rock, I mean the sheet rock. And we come to look at all things entrepreneurship. So if you are new to the channel, I ask you to please subscribe if you like this kind of long form content. And then if you gain any kind of value, just go ahead and just tickle that like button for me. It really helps my self-esteem a lot, like I always say. So finally, I will tell you and share with you about my current business that I started with no money of my own. That is, last year we netted 62,000 bucks, and this year we're on pace to net $100,000. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. Roll the intro, get all that good stuff, and let's get. All right, getting into it here. This is 5 businesses that you can start right now without any money. Now, granted, once again, disclaimer, I have not done 4 out of 5 businesses. These are just ideas for you. But ultimately, I want to talk about the mindset change that will help us recognize opportunities that we might not have recognized before after these 5 ideas. So getting right into it, number 1 is a trash service. Now, this is a business that I actually heard from another YouTuber. I cannot remember his name, or else I would actually give him credit. So essentially what this is that you have these 4 and 5 and 6 story luxury apartments in which their trash receptacles are maybe 50 to 60, 70 yards away. So essentially you go and you knock the door where they can put their individual trash bags outside of the door, and then you pick them up at a certain time, which you can dictate 7 to 9 if you work the evening shift, or if you work the day shift, you can work 5 to 6, or however you want to do it. And essentially they put their trash outside of the door, and then you go, you pick it up. You can use a little receptacle, you can use your truck bed, and take their trash to their dumpster for them. So why would someone sign this up?
Because it's convenient.
Who wants to walk 30 yards down some stairs, up some stairs every time they want to take trash out? So you could charge like $5 to $7 per door, and it'll be a monthly fee. You can do it, set it up on PayPal to where it's automatically withdrawn from their account. They don't have to pay you or nothing. And it's like this, just make sure you provide a good service. Number 2 is going to be a moving business. So I actually have a friend that started a moving business just by posting ads on Craigslist. So if you don't get anything from this video, receive that Craigslist is a absolute underrated source of ads, source of phone calls. Today I got 3 phone calls from Craigslist. They weren't the jobs that necessarily we wanted, but our name is out there and people can readily find us. So he posts ads on Craigslist. He does an hourly rate. He can either rent a truck, or he could have them rent their own truck and he send the labor. So you could do it, you and another buddy, pay him 15 to 16. You could let him keep the tip if you're feeling generous, and then charge like a flat rate, $65 for the first 2 hours, $50 for additional hours, something like that. You can look this up in your local area, kind of match what they're doing, but that's something you could do right now just with some sweat equity. Number 3, cleaning business. So this is actually the same kind of concept here. You're going to post these ads on Craigslist. My only tip with the cleaning business would be for you to go super high end. Then you might think, oh, everybody's going high end, I need to start low, I need to start in the middle. But that's actually not true. Most people have that same mindset. Oh, let's go for the lower end, let's go for middle end, and do a lot of that. But no, you want to go for the high end. And for what? It's because you might get clients slower, but the clients you do get are going to be of a higher quality, meaning they're willing to pay more for a better service. And those are the clients that recognize good work and that you're going to want to have a long term to build a good client base that you don't dread working for. So fourth is going to be a lawn care business. So I know I said no money, but this is very little money. I was actually browsing Facebook Marketplace to do, as I often do, and I saw an ad for just some electrical equipment nonetheless, but it was super cheap. So I'm sure if you go to a pawn shop, Craigslist, you can find all these items and start. Blower, weed eater, what else? Lawnmower, and just start. So my tip, what I would do for lawn care is have a flat monthly rate to where you charge these clients. I don't know what people are willing to pay, but maybe $100 a month or $150, $160 a month, and that's unlimited cuts, and you basically just maintain that. So like I said, I don't know what people are willing to pay, but like this, you can retain that revenue source even in winter time, and you take care of their branches, you take care of their shrubs, you can take care of essentially everything year round. And then like this, even though you might charge a lower rate for a monthly rate yearly, you'll make up for that in the wintertime when there's not as much labor, and then eat a little bit of the cost in the summertime. That's just mine. I've never ran the numbers on that, but that would just be my idea to build a steady revenue source that you can count on. You book what? At $100, you book 30 clients. That's $3,000 a month minus overhead. So like I said, you're going to have to run your own numbers, call around, see what local people are charging. And then once again, go super high end on that one as well, because yeah, you can get all these smaller, little lower clients, but ultimately what's going to be the best and the clients you're going to retain are the higher end clients that offer more value to your business. I actually have a friend that is thinking about starting his own lawn care business. He often jumps in the comments, so I really appreciate you. And then maybe we can, jump on and do a little interview if that's something you would like to do. So fifth is actually going to be a tinting business. So this is actually a business that I've done and seen partial success. The only thing wrong with the tinting business, it's low barrier to entry, but the skill level is very high. So what I would suggest is maybe you could try to get some job as an apprentice somewhere, so you can learn the trade itself, or just practice on your own. What I did is I tinted my own car, and then I went around selling $100 tint jobs. Got one of those. It was something I just didn't really want to do, but that guy called me back he said he wanted to get his mom's car tinted. So that made me realize that that is a viable business, that if you're willing to devote the time and develop that skill, then that would be something that you could work out for you if you're looking for something new there. Big thing about that one is you're going to want to get high quality film, but these film distributors, or these people that sell the film, they only sell it to businesses. So I called around and say, hey, how can I prove that I'm a business? And through Johnson Window Film, just Google them up. All you need is a business card. So all you really have to do is do a little mock-up on Vistaprint, screenshot that to them, email it over to them, and then boom, just like that, right there. So that's going to be your 5 businesses that you can start with absolutely no money. Now, as I said, that's great, but rather we should change our mindset. So I actually got this idea from the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert T. Kiyosaki. Essentially, he explained it like this. You need to think about how to build a business system that other people are willing to invest in. For example, you can look at Shark Tank. All the people that get deals on Shark Tank, they create a business system with a way to target a certain market, and then through that market provide a service and then a plan of growth. I know that it's kind of scattered everywhere, but just hear me out. He uses the example in the book, can you make a better burger than McDonald's? 9 out of 10 people are going to say yes. Then he'll ask, but can you make a better business system than McDonald's? 10 out of 10 people are probably going to say no, that is a $1 billion company. So like this, it's more important that you focus on the business system in which you could come to sell to somebody else. There is somebody out there that is willing to invest in a good business system. So with that being said, I highly recommend the book Rich Dad's, Poor Dad's Cash Flow Quadrant. Okay, all right, now we're going to get into the story time of things. I'm going to tell you how I started my business. That last year we netted $62,000. This year we're well on pace to make over $100,000. So this is how it happened. I was at my current job, or my previous job, where I was estimating for a company, and a couple of guys were going around soliciting their labor source. So essentially, they have a group of guys, maybe 40 to 50 guys, 60 guys, that they charge a set rate for. This, in this case, it was $23 an hour. And then they pay those guys $18 to $20 an hour, and obviously they would just keep the excess. And then with that, they have to pay their insurance. So it's not a super high profit margin, but if you have enough guys and have enough labor sources to receive your guys, then it could be quite profitable. So my current company wanted nothing to do with these guys. I took their number and I started running them on some of my side projects that I was doing, just on the side or whatever. So then they approached me and they explained, oh, we could start another company. You could estimate, you could project manage, and of course I was 100% all for it. So with that being said, I put together a price list of everything that we would need to start, which was like, a computer, this bidding software, and also I included like a month of salary for myself until we could spool something up. The grand total came out to be about $13,800 or something like that. We were on and we were rolling. So we took a first job and it just went horrible. It was a residential job, and it, like, I kid you not, when I say horrible, I mean horrible. Labor was way over. I mean, it was just a bad job. It was just a bad job. We lost thousands on that one. Next one, same situation, same deal. And it was all things that, not in an egocentric kind of way, that was like their fault. Like the guys that they would send, they just weren't performing. And then on the next one, they were just really late, and they had really big gaps in the drywall, which caused us to lose half the contract and money. So basically all that startup money that we had was just gone trying to finish these jobs. And then we actually had a falling out with more labor. So it was a horrible experience. Of course, I'm happy we did it because that started us off. And then basically at that point, I cut ties with them. All the money was lost that they invested in, was lost in those first two jobs. And then it was just basically ground zero from there, lost on my labor, everything. And then that kind of started the build up. But I guess my main point in this, we needed money to start that one. But the money that we started with, we lost it in the first couple jobs. So essentially it was like starting from zero, less than zero, because then I lost that connection with them for the labor, and I had to find another one. Our current situation is greatly improving. It just comes with experience. So this is my main point in telling this story, is because nothing is gonna go like you think it's gonna go. But if you just start and you go through those hard times, then you stick with it, you have consistency, eventually it will work out. It might take a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, but eventually it's just going to work out. So with this being said, and like I said, all this is within the good faith of transparency. I'm just some guy on YouTube. This is my personal experience that hopefully someone else can learn from. So with all that, if you liked the video, please consider subscribing. Hit us with a like button. Jump in the comments. Go back and forth. Trash me on my bad business. Yeah, whatever. But here we are now. A couple years later, we're doing better. So hey, thank you all for your support. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Hope everything goes well for you.
Listen!